Hi guys, and welcome back to the FPL Duo. And today's video is the deadline stream for Game Week 10. So nice to see everyone. It's a bit of a later deadline than usual. Usually it is an 11 a.m. deadline, but today it is a 1:30 deadline. So a bit nicer, a bit later on in the day. But yeah, how you doing, Jordan? Everything good?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. I kind of prefer these deadlines this time of the day. It's just nice and relaxing to not wake up early for a Saturday morning. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing good as well. The weekend is here and football has arrived.
Yep. We're gonna get into it. What we're doing, the plans, what our transfers we'll be making, if we are making any. And yeah, talking about captain picks as well, stuff like that. I know there might not be a big discussion on that this week, but we will discuss everything. So if you are just joining in, guys, please do drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We'll let people come in to the stream. We've got Nanjay's. Nanjay says, morning, guys. Yeah, afternoon as well,
Yeah,
wherever you are.
afternoon, Jay.
But yeah, let's bring up my team, Jordan, on the screen. And there you go, guys. This is my team for Game Week 10. So let me just run through who I'm playing and the players. So I've decided to play Ward in goal. He has got Bournemouth away. I do have Guaita that plays Leeds at home, so I could swap to Guaita. But I think I'm going to play Ward. I think Bournemouth don't look like they're going to score many goals this season. And I still fancy Ward for some reason in that game. So I'm going to play Ward, I think. I've got the back four, as you guys can see, of James, Trent, Fabian Schär, and Cancelo. Good fixtures for pretty much all of them, apart from Trent, I'd say. Trent against Arsenal does worry me a bit. Whether Liverpool keep a clean sheet, I don't know. But that is the back four, and I'm pretty happy with it, I think. It's just Trent. And in the midfield four, I think is where it gets interesting. I've got double Leicester. So I've got Barnes and Maddison in my midfield, who do have a nice fixture against Bournemouth. So I'm happy to have both of those Leicester players for that game. And then I've got Zaha against Leeds. I think that's a very nice fixture for Zaha and Palace. I'm expecting something there from Zaha. Hopefully he can get returned. I do think he is a good pick and potentially a good transfer in. If you don't own Zaha, guys, I'd be looking to probably bring him in. I've also got the much maligned Salah in my team, who probably a lot of you are probably thinking, why do I still own Salah at this point? Why haven't I taken him out? But I will come on to my transfer plans. It does look like I'm going to keep Salah for the foreseeable, for at least now, because I don't really see where I can go, and I will explain why. So Salah is in the team against Arsenal, and it's a tough game. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see what Salah does against Arsenal. But I'm not so confident on Liverpool in that fixture, if I'm being honest. Then up front, as you guys can see, I've got Mitrovic, who is flagged at the moment. Now, Marco Silva did come out in a press conference, and he said Mitrovic, his injury isn't that serious. It's just a foot injury. He probably missed today's game against West Ham, but then he'll be back against Bournemouth. Now, if he is back against Bournemouth, I definitely want to keep him and hold him because he's got Bournemouth, Villa, and Leeds after that. So I'm against selling Mitrovic, and even though he'll probably miss out against West Ham this week, my plan is to probably just bench. My bench players will play. Gurhi against Leeds will come in for Mitrovic. So that is the current plan. The plan is to hold Mitrovic for now. And then up front to complete the team, I've also got Haaland, who does have the captain armband, as you guys will be glad to hear. I am not going Salah captain. Haaland is my captain this week. No debate. He's got Southampton at home. Very nice fixture for Haaland. And I expect a big score there for Man City because the way they're playing and how poor Southampton have been recently, I can definitely see Haaland getting another couple goals in that game, which will be ridiculous as well. So yeah, I am playing a 4-4-2, probably a 5-3-2 when Gurhi does inevitably get subbed in for Mitrovic, as we expect Mitrovic not to start. But for those that don't know, I'll just show you on the transfer page. I do have one free transfer, and I have 0.2 million in the bank. So I've not got much money in the bank, but as you guys know, there are a few moves I could make. Let me quickly show you guys a move that I did actually contemplate. I don't know what you guys will think of this, Jordan. So I was contemplating Salah out, Foden, And that will leave me even with 4.8 million in the bank as well. Salah to Foden. I have actually thought about it because I don't think Salah's next two fixtures look great, and I don't know why I'm still holding Salah. And well, I do know why, and the main reason why is basically Liverpool have two tough fixtures against Arsenal and City, but then after that, West Ham, Nottingham, Leeds, and we know Man City blank. So if I bring Foden in, for example, I bring Foden in now, he's not going to have a fixture in game week 12. So he'll play Southampton, which I think is a great fixture for Phil Foden, where he'll probably get a goal or an assist. Liverpool looks like a tough fixture, but I think he can still get something in that game, and then it's the blank. So maybe I target Foden in game week 13, but I just love that Southampton fixture. And I don't think Salah to Foden is a bad move, But I know the game week 12, I'll have 3 players blanking here. And then I'll be forced into playing Andreas. And I've got Greenwood, who's a non-playing player, so I can't even play my bench. So that's what's stopping me really getting in Foden, because I won't have any plans for him in game week 12, which is the worry. But yeah, that is the thoughts at the moment, guys. My 1 free transfer, I just plan to roll and play this team. But yeah, that is the early thoughts. And we will come on to your team, Jordan. Just quickly go through your game week 10 team with us, and also your transfers, any plans you have as well. But I'm going to quickly get some comments read out.
Okay.
We've got Ara in the chat, says hello. Fatality says, hey guys, terrible game week 9 for Vecnon. 11 off my perch in your league. So my wildcard draft: Pope, Trippier, Cancelo, James, Foden, Bowen, Zaha, Madison, Oba, Watkins, Haaland. Looks like a great team. Looks like a nice wildcard team. Jordan, do you play Pope or Ward?
I'll probably play Ward because Pope has Brentford, and I don't think Newcastle will keep a clean sheet against Brentford. So I would probably pick Ward and Anjay because he has Bournemouth away, and that seems like a more probability fixture for a clean sheet for Leicester.
I've actually got Ward myself, but I'd be tempted to actually play Pope if I had him, because I think Pope is still a good goalkeeper, and I'm not so keen on Brentford's attack. I know that Brentford have been good, but they've failed to score, haven't they, in the last couple of games? So I know they didn't. Did they score the last game, Brentford? They didn't, did they?
No, it was.
They couldn't get a goal against Nottingham, is it? Bournemouth. So I wouldn't be scared to play Pope. I think you just probably play Pope if you have him. What do you think of Kepa or Pope? And Wilson or Watkins? Kepa or Pope? For this week, I'd probably prefer Kepa against Wolves if he does start. I think Pope is a good choice as well, so I wouldn't be worried playing either one. Wilson and Watkins for this week. I'm a big fan of Wilson personally. Jordan?
I'd probably pick Watkins just because in the long-term run, Watkins is not really an injury or I'd say rotation issue, other than Wilson, who is kind of an injury issue and potentially a rotation issue as well with Isaac once he's back in from injury.
I mean, I think Wilson plays every game if he's fit. I think Isaac's the one that will give way to Wilson, but there is always that doubt at the back of your mind: will Wilson be fit? But I do like Wilson a lot, and he's got a fixture against Brentford. I can definitely see, there's no reason why he can't get something in that game. So I would go Wilson, but Watkins also has a nice fixture, I believe. They have
Nottingham Forest, I think.
Yeah. Let me just double check. I think it is Nottingham, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. But I heard comments about Coutinho being a good pick for that fixture to see if he can regain his form.
Oh, not sure this season so far with it. Villa have been hit and miss, but it is a good fixture against Nottingham Forest if you want to take a punt on Watkins. Who should I replace? Emerson, who is 5.1. So you got 5.1 million to spend, I'm assuming. I mean, if you're not going to play him every week, you could just go Gurhey, who's cheap. I've got him on the bench. It depends if you need a starting player or a bench player. If you're looking for a bench player, I'd go Gurhey or someone like that. Personally, with Crystal Palace's fixtures coming up, if I just show you here: Leeds, Leicester, Wolves, Everton, Southampton in the next 5, then West Ham, Nottingham Forest. So Palace have good fixtures up until the World Cup. So I'd be looking at potentially a cheap Palace defender like Gurhey. Jordan, you want to take this one?
Yeah. Adam Bond says, best of luck this week, lads. I was planning on rolling this game week, but had Kufal, Bailey, and Mitrovic, so was forced to make a move. Kufal out, Reece James in. 12k overall rank, can hopefully push into top 10k. Oh, congrats on getting to 12k rank. That's pretty good. You must have had a really great start to the season. And the moves that you've made are pretty good as well, because I know Bailey's flagged, and obviously Mitrovic is flagged, and he's a doubt to play against West Ham as well. So it is a good move to bring Reece James in, because he does have Wolves, and the way Wolves have been, as well as their manager being sacked, on top of that, they don't look that strong, especially with Neto being out as well in the team. So Reece James is a good shout. Myself, I will be bringing Reece James in, but we'll discuss that later when I go through my team.
Okay. Yep. We've got Ara as well, who says, I have 2 free transfers. Which one should I do? Gordon to Zaha or Isak to Watkins? Oh, sorry, and Isak to Watkins, or Gundogan to Zaha and Isak to Aubameyang. I mean, I like Gundogan to Zaha. Isak to Aubameyang could be a good shout as well. I'd probably prefer the second one, Zaha and Aubameyang over Zaha and Isak. I mean, he might not even play, would he?
I don't think.
Oh, so Isak to Watkins. So it's basically Watkins and Gordon. So no, yeah, and Watkins and Zaha. It's a bit confusing, but yeah, no, I'd probably go Zaha and Aubameyang as a little differential, because I know Chelsea's got a decent fixture against Wolves. What about you, Jordan?
Yeah, I would agree. Aubameyang looks like he's going to start, as we saw him play last match with Kai Havertz up front. So, and he has Wolves as well, so that's a good fixture for Aubameyang to start the game week off. So I do like that he's low owners too.
Yeah, it could be a decent differential, going but interesting. But yeah, I think Zaha's a good move for whoever you take out for Zaha. Obviously, he's got Leeds at home, and Palace have good fixtures for the long term as well, so you can just hold Zaha. Should I play my free hit in game week 12? If you need it, but I mean, I'd personally wait for other moments. If you feel like you've not got enough playing players, or I mean, I'm surprised you need to use your free hit. Is your team? How does it look? Let us know what your team is, because I'm surprised you need to play a free hit if you've got playing players. Oh, yeah. Sorry, game week 12. He's saying. Oh, that's when the City.
Yeah, blank.
I mean, I personally wouldn't. I'll try remove it away. I'll try to get out my Arsenal City players. Maybe bench Haaland, bench Cancelo, and then look to remove the Arsenal players potentially and bring them back in. It depends how many you have. If you're triple Arsenal, triple City, then there may be a little case, but I still probably wouldn't do it personally. But yeah, guys, if you are just joining in the chat, please do drop a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. As always, we appreciate all your support. So if you can drop a like, that would be much appreciated. But Jordan, time to move on to your team for game week 10. I'm going to bring it up now. Just talk us through who you're playing and your transfer plans as well.
Okay, so let's start off with the goalkeeper, which may seem a bit weird, but I have got Raya in goal currently. He's got Newcastle away. People probably wondering why I've put Ward on the bench, because he has a better fixture, arguably. I want to give Raya a chance, just because he did get a clean sheet last game against Bournemouth, which was a dreadful game nonetheless, but it was a clean sheet which was lacking last game week, because only, I think, 3 teams got a clean sheet. Everyone else pretty much had a clean sheet wipe. So I will give Raya a chance this week and see how he does against Newcastle away. I don't think I'll be switching him out for Ward. So we'll move on to the back 3. So I've chosen Cancelo, who's got Southampton at home. I think that's an easy decision and pick to make because of that fixture. Got Perisic, who's got Brighton away. I will discuss more about Perisic after I've gone through my team, what I'm doing with him, because I don't think I'll be having him in my team, because the way Brighton were against Liverpool, they're looking pretty good with their new manager, and I don't think Spurs will be keeping a clean sheet because their defense is still a bit leaky at times. So I don't really trust Spurs' defense. A final defender is Trippier, who's got Brentford at home. It kind of clashes with Raya because they both play each other. So I'm kind of hoping for one clean sheet from either team. But as the best case scenario, if both don't score, then that would be even better.
Or just play Ward.
Yeah, we'll just play Ward. There is that too. Move on to the midfield. So we're consisting of 4 midfielders. So we've got Maddison, who's got, again, Bournemouth away, which is pretty obvious one because of Maddison's fixtures lining up. That's pretty good for him in the long-term run. The same with Zaha. He's got Leeds at home as well. Very nice, another nice fixture for him. I'm hoping he can get a return from that, even though he has had a blank from previous game week. I've got Martinelli, who's got Liverpool at home. I do think Martinelli can do really well against Liverpool, depending on how well Liverpool play in that game. Arsenal have been really great this season so far. And I do think holding on to Martinelli was a good idea for me because he is still highly owned, even though he's had a lot of transfers out recently. But I do think I'm going to hold on to him even when he has a blank, just because of his fixtures after game week 12 are really good. A final midfielder is Salah, who's got Arsenal away. Well, it's pretty much clashes with Martinelli because they both play each other. So it will be interesting which one comes out on top of one another. So yeah, we have to see what happens in that exciting fixture. It's going to be a really good game. I'm lining up with the front 3 currently. We've got Mitrovic, who is flagged for his foot injury that he picked up in the international game against Serbia. It's probably a doubt that he plays against West Ham, but I'm going to play him anyway, just in case he does start. If not, Nico Williams will be coming on for Mitrovic, and it will turn into a 4-4-2 formation. But currently, it's Mitrovic starting, so we'll see what happens with that. We've got Tony, who's got Newcastle away. He has their back-to-back blanks, and Brentford haven't looked that great, but I'm pretty sure with these coming fixtures, Brentford will start to return back to their original form, as we've seen them in the aggressive attacking threat that they can be. And with Tony being a pick, there's no other pick I would really go for Brentford other than him, especially when he's on penalties too. And my final pick for this game week is obviously Haaland, who, by no surprise, is the captaincy pick for this week for me. There's not much to say about Haaland. He did score 2 goals in his international game that he had
The
at
Champions League.
Champions League game that he had the other day in Copenhagen. So he is the captaincy pick, and I think we can all relax on that we don't have to worry about the captaincy pick really this week.
Yeah,
because
no
everyone's
going
getting pretty
Salah
much.
this week.
No one's good. I'll be surprised if anyone goes with Salah this week, but I think it's safe to say we're all calm and relaxed when we've got all Haaland captainers everywhere. So that is pretty much my starting 11 team that I'm going with at the current stage. On my bench,
Also,
obviously, is
before you move on to your transfer plans, I'll let you do your bench. But
Yeah.
before we move on to your transfer plans,
okay.
I was going to say something.
So on my bench, I got Ward, who's got Bournemouth away, and Nico Williams has got Aston Villa at home, and Andreas has got Brentford away, and Fofana, who is flagged because he picked up a leg injury, which he was walking off the pitch on crutches, so he will be out to 4 to 6 weeks as it was announced. So he will eventually be going out of my team, but not at the moment. So that is how my team is at the moment. I will talk about my transfer plans now. I will actually switch windows to my transfer tab just to show you what I'll be doing.
Just before you do move on to your transfer plans, I'm going to take a few more comments regarding your team. I believe some of the questions about your team. Chief, welcome to the stream. Hey guys, if Mitrovic doesn't start, will Andreas come on for pens? Good question, but I don't believe so. No, I don't think Andreas does take the pens. I think it's Harry Wilson that takes pens if Mitrovic doesn't start or doesn't take them. So I don't think Andreas. No, I think it's Harry Wilson. So I may be wrong, but that's what I think. If anyone else does know, any Fulham fans in the chat, do let us know. Vabav also in the chat. My team: Pope, Cancelo, Trippier, Zaha, James, Martinelli, KDB, Madison, Isak, Mitrovic, Haaland. I have 2 free transfers. Whom to replace whom? Jordan?
I have noticed that you have Cancelo, Martinelli, KDB, and Haaland. So you have actually 4 players that will blank in Game Week 12. So as a consideration, just for the lead up to that Game Week 12, I'd probably remove one of the Man City or Arsenal players, but probably the Arsenal player Martinelli.
I mean, I was gonna say you've got Isak. He's still flagged, isn't he?
Isak is still flagged, yeah.
Yeah, I would get rid of Isak. I think it's an easy one. You remove Isak for any other striker right now. Callum Wilson, this we spoke about Skamaka, Aubameyang if you can afford him. Watkins, there's a couple of strikers out there that you can go to, but I think Isak's the one you definitely remove, and I'd probably roll the second transfer. I'll still leave Martinelli in there for now. I think that Liverpool fixture is still quite good, personally, and then look to have 2 free transfers for game week 11 or 10 when you want to remove. Sorry, game week 11 when you want to remove out some Arsenal, potentially some City players. I think you're fine with just doing 1 free transfer, which is Isak out for potentially a Martial, even, if you want to go to Man United. But yeah, that's the one. I think that's the easy one for me. What I'd be taking out. But Jordan, we are going to take a few more comments, but before we do, just talk us through your transfer plans for your team, because you've got 1 free transfer as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I do have 1 free transfer this week. I was hoping to roll, but I've changed my mind. So I have 1 free transfer this week, and I got 0.7 in the bank. So
Okay.
my transfer plans that I'm thinking of doing is taking out Perisic, because I don't like Spurs playing against Brighton, for one thing, and Perisic is a minutes risk as well as a rotation risk. So I'm not too sure how many minutes he'll play, and he would probably not keep a clean sheet. The only hope I have with Perisic is an attacker return, which even with that, I don't really want to take the risk. So Perisic is going out of my team, and I was thinking of bringing in Reece James.
Oh, Reece James.
Yeah, I think that is pretty
Nah, just
much an
James. I
obvious
think.
choice
Yeah, just James. Yeah.
to bring in Reece James, because he does have Wolves at home. He's definitely going to play, and there is potential for a clean sheet from Chelsea against Wolves.
Yep.
In comparison to Perisic, I think Reece James is a definite nice move, because he is attacking threat as well as Perisic as well. They're probably going to keep a clean sheet against Wolves, and there's possible return from James from a goal or assist as well in that game. Plus, with Fofana out as well, I can't really play him because he would have been a nice pick to go with against
Yep.
Wolves, because I wasn't going to consider bringing in Reece James when I had Fofana. So that is also the reason why I thought of bringing Reece James in, so I have some Chelsea coverage in my team just from that Wolves at home fixture.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. So your plan is to do 1 free transfer to Perisic to Reece James. What does that leave you with in the bank, by the way? Is that everything gone on your bank?
I have 0.2 still in the bank
Okay.
from that, so there is a little bit of money left to
Okay.
do
No
something
worries.
with.
I mean, I like the move. That sets you up sort of, Chelsea's good fixtures as well to come from
Yeah.
game week 10 onwards as well. So I think it's a good move. We've got Nanjay. Do you guys think playing aggressively or defense is best at a rank of around 400k? I mean, I'd play how you play normally. I wouldn't worry too much about trying to play defensively or aggressively at this stage. It's still very early. I know we're in game week 10, but really we're in game week 9, or because we had the game week 7 with no fixtures. So that don't really count as a game week. So I'll just say stick to how you've been playing to get you to that rank. I wouldn't be changing too much, but I think you're going to get a lot of time. There's a long season left where you're going to go different, where you're going to use your wild card, you're going to use a triple captain, your bench boost. You'll have time to, be aggressive as well. But I'll just stick to what you're doing. If you've got to 400k, just carry on going. Adam Bond, I think this one's related to your team, Jordan. He says he would probably play Ward ahead of Raya. However, he played Ward twice early season ahead of Sanchez, and Ward got 2 1 pointers, and Sanchez got 2 clean sheets. So who knows? Yep.
Yeah, there is that as well. Plus, I don't like changing my mind once I've made a decision, because if I do change my mind, it ends up being a regret. So I am sticking with Raya. I'm not even going to be tempted to go to Ward, just because of I'll probably regret the choice if I do make that.
Fair enough. I've got Abbas. Welcome to this channel, mate. I have 2 free transfers. I'm assuming 0 in the bank. Raya, Trippier, James, Cancelo, Madison, Zaha, Bowen, Martinelli, Kane, Mitrovic, and Haaland. Everson, Nico, Emerson, Andreas on the bench. Should I waste my transfer? Definitely not. I will not be wasting any transfers. Because obviously at this stage in time, transfers are very, very important, and I wouldn't be wasting it. No. I mean, your team looks Trippier, James, Cancelo looks nice. Madison, Zaha, Bowen, Martinelli, Kane, Mitrovic, Haaland. Your team looks nice. Maybe you're in a position to make a luxury transfer. Maybe if you've got nothing to do, maybe switch out a bench player or your goalie, for example, or something like that. I wouldn't be wasting a transfer, no. But
yeah,
you could do. Emerson is one that is a bit of a risk, isn't he? He doesn't really play. He's a bit of a rotation risk, isn't he, Emerson at West Ham? So
yeah,
as I mentioned many a time, you could do Gurhey in good fixtures. Has a nice fixture in game week 12 because Abbas, you've got to also think about game week 12 where there's a blank fixture for Cancelo. So who are you going to play in game week 12? Because if you're planning to play what's his name, Emerson, he's got Liverpool in game week 12. Whereas if you bring in Gurhey, I think who does Gurhey play in game week 12? Gurhey plays Wolves at home. So do bear in mind that maybe bring in a player that has a nice fixture in game week 12 when Cancelo has a blank. That's what I'd be doing, personally.
You could also switch out Andreas, because if Mitrovic isn't playing this game week, then I don't think Andreas is going to get anything from that game and possibly be a 2-pointer on the bench. But you could switch him out for someone else if you prefer another player, even though he might not start.
He's not got any money in the bank as well, though.
Oh,
he's got nothing in the bank, so you'll have to downgrade someone pretty much. And obviously, there's not really another downgrade from Andreas in terms of price.
No, then Emerson is the way.
Or the goalie could be. Dominic George, I took a massive L, bought in Fofana for a -4, and now he's injured. Ouch.
Ooh.
That must hurt. I mean, that's why I try not to do early transfers. If you can. I mean, you just got to take him out again, I guess, or just try play someone else on your bench. Jordan, what do you think of this one? Would you play Nico Williams over Trent? I mean, I wouldn't at all, even though Trent's been bad, but no.
Nah, that's not a bad idea. The way Trent has been, and he has Arsenal next, even though Nico Williams has Aston Villa. So Nico does have the better fixture.
I can't agree. I think you've got to play Trent. Trent is just so clear of Nico, even though Liverpool have been poor. Trent can concede, but still get. I know he hasn't shown it so far. He still can get an assist or an attacking return in some sort of form. So now you got to play Trent. I mean, if you're contemplating benching Trent, I think it's better to get rid of him and using that money elsewhere rather than benching a player that's 7.4 million. I think he's now. So I'd rather get rid of Trent than bench him if you don't fancy Trent at the moment. I wouldn't be benching too much money on the bench for me. If I bring in Wilson in, then fun for Salah in game week 12 would not be possible. Well, you might not need Salah the way Liverpool are playing. But I hear that. If you want to go cheap to have the Salah route, you could go Solanke, who is quite cheap. You could go Daka if he does start. Patson Daka, Jordan mentioned him quite a bit. You could go there. So those are probably the options, guys. Drew, I'm thinking Salah and Bailey for Zaha and Bowen for a -4. And in game week 12, Jesus and Bowen to Salah and Wilson. I mean, it could be a good. I mean, I like the Zaha shout, the Zaha move. What about you, Jordan?
I don't know about Bowen, because I know he did well at the last weekend when he got a 14-pointer, but that is the first return Bowen has had this season. So I would be a bit scrutinised. Sorry?
You're not keen on Bowen? He's got a nice fixture this week against who did it? Oh, against Fulham. Fulham at home without Mitrovic potentially, so could be good.
It could be good, yeah. It's just a -4 would put me off
Yeah.
for that. So, but actually, yeah, I think that's a good move for -4. Actually, I'll take it back. Yeah, I think the way you've planned the move as well in Game Week 12, when you want to go Jesus and Bowen to Salah and Wilson, I think that is a pretty good switch in the long-term run.
Yeah, the only thing I will say about that, I don't like taking Salah out, then bringing him back in for 12 because that's 2 transfers you're using on Salah. I don't know. That's the same reason why I've left Salah in my team, because if I take Salah out right now and I want him back in Game Week 12, then I'm kind of wasting 2 transfers, if you know what I mean, like using 2 transfers on the same player to bring him back in. So I'm not so keen. I'll probably try keep Salah and then probably try get some Zaha in with Salah in the same team. But I know it might not be possible with your budget because I don't know what your money is in the bank. Saka replacement, Foden, Bowen, Trossard, any other already have Madison Zaha. For me, it's Foden for this week. I think Foden's fixture against Southampton could be great. He has got rested. He's coming off the rest in the Champions League game as well. He didn't play, so he's fresh for that game, and I really like Foden for that game. But you got to also bear in mind Foden does blank in game week 12, so you got to make sure you have plans to cover that when he does blank. I like Bowen as well. As I mentioned, he's got Fulham. For this week, definitely Foden. But make sure you have plans for him when he does blank in game week 12 if you decide to bring him in. But he's the best option. Would you say is that? Would you agree, or would you do something else, Jordan?
I would be tempted when you say any other. I would be tempted at saying Anthony Gordon. I know he has Man United, but the way I've seen Man United in the previous matches for them, they're still not up to scratch. And I do think Everton will be a tough game for them. And Anthony Gordon could possibly get a return in that fixture. Even if it's not from open play, Gordon is on penalties too. So if Everton do get a penalty, where Man United's defence gives away just a sloppy foul, then there is potential for Gordon to get a nice return in that game. And I think he is low owned too, so not many people are going for him.
Yeah, obviously he's a lot cheaper at that price bracket.
And
So I wasn't considering the cheaper, but at the cheaper players, definitely, yeah. Would you take a -4 to do Martinelli to Zaha? Oof. I don't know, possibly,
not at this stage.
But Liverpool, Martinelli can get something against Liverpool. So can you not do it for anyone else? Do you have to take Martinelli out to get Zaha? Can you not take any of your other midfielders out potentially? Like, who else do you have in midfield that you want to hold? Because I think Martinelli could be decent. I'd probably just want to hold him in this moment in time.
Yeah, because if you do a -4 for Martinelli, you would want him back after game week 12.
Yep.
When he has Southampton, so it'd be kind of like similar to Salah. It'd be a waste of a transfer trying to bring in a player you'll get rid of for 2 game weeks, then bring him back in after the 3rd game week. So I'll probably keep Martinelli in and try and do it for someone else.
Yeah, I'll try do it for someone else, really. I think Martinelli, obviously I've gone without Martinelli on my Game Week 9 wild card, and now I wish I kind of had him because he's just shown that he's been great this season, and his value for that price, people got him at 6 million. There's no one better than Martinelli, I don't think. And even though as a non-Martinelli owner, I do worry that he could punish me in the next couple games. He's got Liverpool, obviously next. We'll see how he does in that one. He could definitely get something in that game against Trent. My rank is 700k. I took a -8 hit. I'll probably be around 1 mil. Vabav, Isak to Wilson or Solanke. I have 0.2 in the bank, so it's 7.1 million striker. If you want the route back to Salah, then you have to go Solanke, really, because if you go for a 7 million striker, then that won't allow it. So if you definitely know you want Salah in game week 12, he's got to be Solanke, I think, or Daka potentially. But there is always that risk with Daka that would he start. Aubameyang is my punt of the week. Kane out to free up cash. Had a 3-mium. Yeah, we spoke quite a bit about Aubameyang in this stream, actually. I think he's a decent option for a punt. because the Wolves don't look good. They've just sacked their manager. I don't know who's in charge at the moment, actually. So could definitely pay off. You want to take this one, Jordan?
Yeah, Drew says, I have 2.2 in the bank. Bailey, Andreas, Martinelli, Salah, and Madison. Want to bring in Zaha. Is my strategy above said good, or would you suggest something else?
Which strategy did he use? I'm thinking Salah Salah and Bailey for Zaha and Bowen. That's what he was saying, and he's got 2.2 in the bank. I mean, I think, can you do Bailey up to Zaha if you downgrade elsewhere, downgrade your striker or your defender? Because I like Madison, I like Martinelli still, but he wants to bring in Zaha. I mean, unless you're going for a cheap striker. I mean, because I'm assuming you've got Haaland. If you take out your other striker, for example, if you've got a Solanke, etc., that will probably allow you to have Zaha as well. But if you've got two big hitters up top, let's say you've got Haaland and you've got like a 7 million striker, 7.5 million striker, then yeah, you probably have to do it for Martinelli. That's why I did go with the cheap strikers, because it allows me to do more in midfield. But I think it is a good move. You know, see, we come back on this one, Jordan. It was this one basically. You were saying about Salah and
yeah.
It's just he bringing Salah back in. If you're happy with bringing Salah back in, it's just my thoughts was that it's kind of like pre-booking transfers. Miko, is Anderson fit for Crystal Palace? I think so. He's not flagged, is he?
I don't think so. I think he's actually a good pick for Crystal Palace game.
Yep.
So against Leeds. So yeah, I think he is fit. Mika, I can double check for you.
I'll let you do that. Any thoughts on Zuma? Yeah, could be decent. West Ham against was it Nottingham they're playing, or no, sorry, Fulham.
Fulham.
Yeah, I could see a clean sheet there. Why not? At home as well. So I don't think anything wrong playing Zuma. He's the only way I can get to Zaha. If you want Zaha, I do think Zaha's a good pick, guys. So if you do want to get Zaha in, I'm not going to say no, because I think he's a good pick and long term as well. So I do like Zaha. Said Ali says Edison, Saliba, Trent, Cancelo, Perisic, James, Martinelli, KDB, Paqueta, Kane. Are you the? That's my squad. Should I add Rashford, Luis Diaz? So you don't own Haaland, if I've got that right. I mean, I'm assuming you've got Haaland in there. You just left him out. Should I add Rashford or Luis Diaz? I'm not sure about Rashford, if I'm honest, at this moment in time. I don't think I'd be going there. Luis Diaz has got Arsenal and then City, so I wouldn't be going to Luis Diaz either. So probably neither of them. I'd go Foden if you wanted a 8 million midfielder, or even a Zaha, a Madison, a Bowen, even over those players.
If I had to pick, I'd probably go Luis Diaz, because he has been the best player for Liverpool, and for Man United, I'm not even going to go there.
Fair enough. No, I just think Luis Diaz next two fixtures, Arsenal and City, is quite tough. So I'd probably stay away, even though I got Salah in a wild card. I just think now things have changed a bit after Liverpool's. I was hoping Liverpool actually performed well against Brighton, but they didn't. So now I can't say you'd want to bring Liverpool players in. How you feel about dropping Cancelo and going all in on Foden, KDB, Haaland? I wouldn't do it this week. If you've got Cancelo, I think you'd keep. You don't want to take out a Man City player for another Man City player. I just don't think there's enough upside. You just keep the City players you have. Going forward from game 12, definitely there's a shout for Foden, I think. But if you've got Cancelo, I don't think he's a bad fit player at all. You know, clean sheet potentially in that game, and we know he has that potential for attacking returns.
Just to go back to Miko's question about if Anderson's fit or not, he's confirmed that he's been back in training after missing the Chelsea match. So he's trained with the team the last couple of days. So he does look like he's good to play, Miko. So yeah. I'd probably think, yeah, he probably will start from the good news, team news from Crystal Palace that they said he is back in training and has trained with his team and is looking good.
Fair enough. So yeah, there you go, guys. Hopefully he should be fine. Hi lads, I'm doing so foul to go here. Give another week for more important decisions such as Zaha. I could do Martinelli to Zaha, but really I'd want them both. Fair enough. I think that's sensible. I mean, that's good. I agree with that. Drew, Haaland, Jesus, and Mitrovic. Yeah, you got Jesus, so it's going to be hard for you to. That's what I mean. I didn't know you had Jesus, so yeah, you're going to have to take out. You have to think about Gameweek 12 as well. You're going to have Jesus and Martinelli, Haaland. You've got Cancelo probably, so you're going to have a lot of blanks. So I'd potentially look to get rid of Jesus soon-ish, and then look to bring him back. Or you're going to do it with one of the players, but it'll probably be Jesus that you want to sell and then bring back, or it could be Martinelli. I actually don't hate it now. Now knowing that you do have two Arsenal players, definitely you could take the -4 and then bring Martinelli back in if you don't, if you're not worried about losing the value in him. Should I risk the double Newcastle defense or play Ward and Tony? Jordan was kind of in a similar situation. I mean, I'd play Ward, but Jordan,
Yeah, I think playing Ward would be a better option because otherwise you're playing two players against each other for a potential clean sheet, which that's the kind of situation I'm sort of in because I got Rayad who's playing Trippier, and it's a bit of a clean sheet clash. So I'd probably
I'd definitely play
Ward.
Tony though. If you got Tony, you got to play him, surely.
Yeah, I'd probably play Ward and Tony.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to play Tony, and I'd play, probably Ward and Tony. But then, I mean, actually, I'd probably play. You got to play Trippier as well if you have him. You think you got to play those players. The more I usually, if they're, I would never bench like a Trent. Someone earlier in the chat said, "Do I bench Trent for Nico Williams?" I would never do that. I just think you got to play them because they have that potential being a premium. I would never bench a premium. Anderson's flagged, but he's ready to play. He's getting a goal today. Zaha will blank. Well, there you go, guys. That will be a lot of salty FPL managers if Zaha does blank. But yeah, hopefully, as both Zaha owners, he does get something. But we'll see. What is Zaha's ownership now, Jordan? Is it quite high now?
I could just check now. His ownership is it's 19%.
So
Now, so
it's
it's
creeping
risen
up.
high.
Okay, cool.
Last week.
Do you know if Sofal will start? I'm not sure, if I'm being honest. He didn't start the last game week, did he? I believe.
I don't think so. I don't know if he's flagged or not.
He's not flagged. He just didn't play, I don't think, last game. So that is a worry with him. I mean, hopefully he should start. If he doesn't, hopefully you've got someone on the bench to cover anyway. Saliba to Chalobah in preparation for Game Week 12. Don't know about Chalobah. I still prefer. He's a bit of a risk as well, isn't he? In terms of minutes and stuff.
Didn't he get a red card?
Did he?
I'm not sure.
No, I don't think he did. I'm just seeing Chalobah. I mean, I'd prefer James. I just think there's not much upside with Chalobah. You'd rather bring in James if you don't have James. Chalobah, where is he? Yeah, I'm looking at Chalobah right now. He's 4.7, so he's cheap, but nah, I wouldn't go there personally. He's just too much of a risk in minutes as well. Reticent Gaming says Zaha 2 goals and an assist. Well, hopefully you're right, Reticent Gaming. I think that'll be nice. Reticent Gaming also said thoughts on Haaland triple captain. Now, if you are planning to triple captain Haaland in a single game week, because I always wait for a double game week to captain my triple captain. So if you are looking for a single game week, now is probably these are probably the best games to do it. You know what I mean? Against Southampton at home, Bournemouth at home, Nottingham Forest at home. But maybe you've missed a boat. How many more hat tricks is this guy going to get? He's already had like 3 hat tricks, I think. So maybe you've missed a boat with that. But if you are going to do it, it is in these games against the poor teams at the bottom where you want to triple captain him. But I'll just wait I'd wait for a double game week.
Yeah, I'll definitely wait for a double game week because let's not forget Haaland scored a back-to-back hat trick, which pretty much acts like a double game week if you put those 2 fixtures together. So, and with Man City blanking Game Week 12, there's that guarantee of a obviously a double game week for him. So
Yeah.
there's that chance if you triple captain him when he has the double game week and he scores a back-to-back hat trick, it'll look a bit more promising than triple captain him in just a single fixture like Southampton at home.
Also, Jordan, you might want to do your transfers in. Obviously, time's kind of flew. There's only how long's left?
15 minutes, roughly.
Yeah, 15 minutes left to the deadline. So I will let you do your transfers live,
Okay.
do your captains, everything, because we are closing towards it. I'm going to take some of your questions, guys. So I'm not ignoring anyone. I'm going to read the questions out. I just want to say, if you haven't already, do subscribe to the channel and also like this stream and share the stream as well if you can on whatever socials you guys use, Instagram, Twitter, etc. But yeah, Jordan, let's do your moves. What you doing? Just talk us through for people that have just joined in.
All right, so I'm taking out Perisic this week for one free transfer that I have left, and bringing in Reece James in place for him, in place for Perisic. So it's just one free transfer this week that I have left. So there's no hits, and it's for Perisic out and Reece James in for those who have just joined. So I will confirm the transfers now before the deadline is up. So here's me confirming the transfer, and Reece James is in my team, and I think everything's correct with that.
Sorted.
Yeah, it's all correct and saved.
So you've got what? Raya, Cancelo, James, Trippier, Maddison, Zaha, Martinelli, Salah, Haaland, captain, Tony, and Mitrovic. I think that looks good.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that team.
Said Ali, I don't have Haaland. Wow.
What's your rank?
I'm a bit surprised. He doesn't have Haaland. He has Tony, Greenwood, and Kane, but got 7.3 left. To be honest, who's the best option for 7.3? I mean, you don't have Haaland, which is a surprise. I mean, I'd probably try to get Haaland in and captain him. Take a -4 if you have to. Get Haaland in. But all in all, if you are willing to go without Haaland under 7.3, I think there's a lot. Callum Wilson, I like him. I've mentioned. I think he's a decent shout. If you want to go cheap, Solanke. If you want to save money, but I don't know what you'd be saving money for. Who's got Harry Kane as his premium? So I'm assuming he's going to captain Harry Kane as well. Interesting.
You could go for Jesus.
Non-Haaland owner. Kufal to Guhi or Justin for a -4. Nah, I wouldn't do it for a -4.
No, not for those players.
Martinelli to Zaha. Yep. I would be tempted still. Just because of the blank. Mainly because of the blank. And then, but you'd want him back probably. So
yeah. I'd probably do it for someone else.
Kane, should I bring in Zaha for Martinelli for a -4? See, a lot of that question, Martinelli to Zaha for a -4. Would you do it?
That's basically the reverse, isn't it?
Yeah. Would you do it, Jordan? So take out Martinelli to bring in Zaha for a -4. I'd probably do it. I'm not gonna lie. I'd probably do it.
I probably wouldn't.
Fair enough.
Even though Zaha has nice fixtures, it's just I would want Martinelli. It's the only thing.
Or someone like, you look at your team, you've got both of them. So maybe try fit both in somehow. Yeah, if you can.
I'd probably do that avenue of trying to fit both in and try and do it for someone else in your midfield.
Yeah. I mean, if you have no other option, I still don't think I don't hate it, the -4. I'd probably do it. Who do I bench? Kufal, Nico, Andreas, and Mitrovic. I'd play Mitrovic. If he doesn't start, then I'd have Andreas. No, sorry, I'd Nico probably first bench. Andreas second. No, actually, I'd have Kufal probably first bench, then Nico, then Andreas. That's the way you've got it. But start Mitrovic. Martin Zaha, more questions. Yep. I think I like it. I've gone without Martinelli, so I'm going to say that obviously I don't have Martinelli, so I got rid of him on my wild card, but I think he's still a good option. Fulham, Chalobah got a red card, so I think you are right, Jordan. So yeah.
It was that Chalobah. It wasn't.
Is he back though, or is he not back?
I don't think so. I think he's out till the 14th.
Yeah, you can ignore him then. Any news on Mitro, says Cynic. The current is that he's unlikely to feature against West Ham, but he should be back next game week when he's got Bournemouth. Now, nothing's confirmed. He could still start, obviously, but it's not likely. So I'm holding him because I'd want him next week if he is back against Fulham. Sorry,
Yeah,
against Bournemouth, I believe, isn't it, next week?
yeah, Bournemouth, because his injury we know of is not serious at all.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just an injury to his foot, which he picked up in the Serbia international game. So it's nothing bad at all. Mitrovic will come back in the Bournemouth game.
Yeah, there you go, guys. Also, if you are just joining in, please do drop a like on the stream. And also, thank you for all the new subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, guys, please do subscribe to our channel. We are the FPL Duo. And yeah, if you do enjoy the content, do drop a like on the stream. Good replacement for Perisic. Well, Jordan bought in Reece James.
Yeah, I would recommend Reece James as a good replacement for Perisic. There's so much upside for Reece James because with Perisic you've got a minutes risk, you've got a rotation risk. They play Brighton, who look good, so there's that clean sheet risk for Spurs, who have a leaky defence. Whereas with Reece James, he's got Wolves at home. Their manager's been sacked. Chelsea have a good potential for a clean sheet in that game because Wolves don't score many goals.
Yeah.
And you've got that attacking threat from Reece James, even though Perisic does as well. But I'd probably prefer Reece James' attacking threat just because of what his position he plays in.
Yeah, assuming you already have, he might already have Reece James. So if you don't, that is cheaper. You gotta go, for example, what's Trippier at now? If you don't have Trippier, he's cheaper than Perisic, ain't he?
Trippier's price is 5.5.
So he's similar price. If you want to go more cheap, down to the 4.4s and stuff, Gurhi's quite popular with the Palace fixtures. 0.2 in the bank. Ericsson to Rashford for free. Nah, I'll just keep Ericsson probably. I mean, if you like, actually, no, Rashford is a better pick, if I'm honest. Rashford's a better pick, but I don't know if I'd be wanting to spend a transfer to take one Man United player to another Man United player. I'll probably just look to get in someone else from another team.
I'm very surprised people have Man United players.
Who do I bench? Martinelli, Zuma, Mings, Trippier. Gotta be. You can't bench Martinelli.
No.
You can't bench Trippier. Can't bench Zuma really either. Probably Mings.
Yeah, probably Mings.
The fact everyone has Haaland is going to be a game or two where he doesn't perform. I'm taking the gamble for now. Fair enough. You're a brave man. It could work. He could pay off. I mean, this game week, I think Haaland's, Southampton at home doesn't get better for that. But yeah, everyone does have Haaland, which, might be boring, but you can't really back against him at this moment in time. Gross for K, Martinelli. Yeah, I think Zaha. I'd probably bring Zaha in if I had a choice.
Yeah, if you can do that move, then yeah, I'd probably do that.
Linesh starts Saliba, Gurhi. Probably Gurhi. Probably.
Yeah.
I think Liverpool will score.
Yeah, I think Liverpool will.
If I join your league, will my points start from 0? Nope. Your points will be whatever points you have. So it doesn't start from 0. You'll have, your points won't disappear. So do join the league if you haven't already, guys. Link it in the description below, and the code is also in the top right hand corner. Do join our mini league if you haven't. I'm gonna go Gurhi.
Yeah.
And put the money out your defense.
Yeah, I'll probably agree with Gurhi. He's probably the better, cheaper option if you want a cheap defender.
Yeah, everyone's all play a different formation and move that money up front. Like play 3 defenders instead of playing 4, and then maybe that budget going down to a 4.4 or 4.3 defender will allow you to bring in a more expensive midfielder. Start Gross and Perisic or Almiron and Tony.
I'll probably say Almiron and Tony.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd say Almiron and Tony probably. Yep. Deadline is almost up, by the way, guys. We've got about 6 minutes, I think, till game week 10 deadline. So if you haven't already, do Lock your teams in. Let us know your captains. Obviously, we've not really spoke about captains at all, but it'll be interesting to see who Said is captaining. I'm assuming he's going to captain Kane against Brighton because he's not got Haaland. I mean, anyone not captaining Haaland, let us know. Southampton at home, he's pretty. You can't really back against him in that game, I don't think.
No.
Jordan, which two players to bench out of these guys? Emerson, Nico, Saliba.
Probably Emerson, because he's a rotation risk. He's not completely nailed. Nico Williams and Saliba seem to be the ones that will play.
No, you got to play one. I think he means. So you got to bench two, play one.
Sorry. Probably Emerson, probably bench, and Saliba.
Fair enough.
Yeah, probably Emerson, Saliba.
I'd probably play Emerson, hoping he starts. But then I don't know if he will start, and then hopefully put Saliba off first bit. I mean, I'd probably play Saliba. Never know.
Yeah.
Captaining KDB. There you go. Someone else gone different. KDB captain, which could pay off as well. I think I could definitely see KDB. Well, KDB's going to outscore Salah for sure this game week. It's just whether he'll outscore Haaland, which I don't know. Because Haaland's on fire right now. I can definitely see KDB getting a haul as well.
Because KDB has 8 assists in 1 goal this season so far, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's so crazy assists.
Yeah, so he's the assist king at the moment, KDB.
For sure. Should Gordon or Andreas be my first sub? Oh, you got to be Gordon first sub.
Oh, yeah.
Or potentially start ahead of Gurhi. I'd be tempted to start Gordon, honestly, against United.
Yeah, I'd agree. I said this earlier about Gordon being an option. He can definitely be an option, even between Andreas, because Mitrovic ain't playing, so Andreas ain't going to get much from that Fulham game without him, because Mitrovic is the only really goal scorer.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to go with Gordon if you had him, because if you're going to play him any week, probably this week when you need to use him, when your Mitrovic is injured, etc. So I'd play Gordon.
Yeah,
be different. If it doesn't pay off, then and if it doesn't pay off, it doesn't pay off. But it's the upside you're looking at. I'm scared because Gordon didn't start last week.
Yeah, that was down to, I think, illness or injury.
Was it injury related?
It was either one, because I did hear about Gordon not starting, and it was down to either injury or illness. It was a late call though. From that.
So hopefully he's fine for that. I mean, he's not really a rotator. When he's fully fit and stuff, I expect him to start every game. Really, he's one of their better players.
Yeah, I think it was just a one-off, Dominic. I think he'll be all right this week, because that was just it was literally a very close call for that. No one would know Gordon was not starting in that game like they had last week.
Fair enough. Anything else we're missing out on? That's pretty much it. I'm just going to we are going to do predictions quickly as well. We're going to do some score predictions. There's only 5 games today.
Yeah, and 3 o'clock.
Yeah, all 3 o'clock except from Spurs, who's a 5:30 kickoff. And then, we've got 4 games on Sunday. Nice games on Sunday, I think. Should be a good Sunday. And obviously, it is a later knee-jerk reaction stream. We are going to be streaming at 9 p.m. on a Sunday. Usually it's a 7 p.m. stream, but just letting you guys know, Sunday, 9 p.m., straight after the Everton Man United game, we'll be streaming and giving our reaction to Game Week 10. So do subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our streams. Powell, Marzo, Martinelli or Mitrovic? Martinelli. Mitrovic might not play. So, I mean, I don't know where you'd bench either of them. Is everything? I think the deadline's over, isn't it now? Is it over?
Just a few seconds left.
Yeah, and after this, we are going to move on to score predictions. But yeah, just for anyone that has joined new to the stream, this is my Game Week 10 team on the screen. I'm just going to quickly go through. I'm playing Ward in goal. I've gone with a back 4 of James, Trent, Fabian Schär, Cancelo. Midfield 4 of Maddison, Zaha, Salah, and Barnes. Up front, I've got Mitrovic and Haaland, captain. Bench, Guaita, Gurhi, Andreas, Greenwood. Can you do the same as well, Jordan? What is your team for Game Week 10?
Okay, so I got Raya in goal. In my defence, Cancelo, Reece James, and Trippier. Midfield, Maddison, Zaha, Martinelli, and Salah. And the forward line, Mitrovic, Tony, and Haaland. And Haaland is my captain, and Maddison's my vice. On the bench, you've got Ward, Nico Williams, Andreas, and Fofana.
Well, there you go, guys. Those are our Game Week 10 teams, and the deadline has just gone. So hopefully you done all your transfers, your moves and stuff, and you're locked in. But we are going to quickly move on to score predictions. So bear with us for a sec while I bring the fixtures up. Where are the fixtures? There you go, guys. Those are the fixtures. All right, let's quickly run through the score predictions. If you haven't already, guys, please do drop a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. But yeah, let's go. So first game of today, 3 o'clock kickoff, Bournemouth play Leicester. I do have triple Leicester playing. So it's a big one for me. I've got Ward, I've got Maddison, I've got Barnes. What are you thinking for that game, Jordan, against Bournemouth?
I think Leicester will win that game, and the score will be 3-1 Leicester.
3-1 Leicester. Okay. Any goal scorer predictions? Or you think Maddison will, again, get a goal?
I think Maddison will score 2, Barnes will score 1, and Maddison will get 1 assist, and Barnes will get 2 assists.
Okay, so Barnes and Maddison show. That will be amazing for me, as I do own both. So yeah, I'm going to go 2-0. I think it'll be 2-0, and hopefully Ward keeps that clean sheet against Bournemouth. But yeah, moving on, Chelsea Wolves as well, 3 o'clock. Predictions?
I think 2-0 Chelsea. I think Aubameyang and Reece James will score 2 goals.
Okay, I'm going 2-0 as well, same as you. I think Chelsea will get a job done, comfortable. Hopefully Reece James can get on the score sheet or get an assist. As he's the only other player I have from Chelsea. Man City host Southampton at home at 3 o'clock as well. I think that's going to be a big scoreline. I'm going 5-0 Man City. And you know what? I'll go 6-0 Man City. I think it could be a big one, and I think I'm scared what Foden's going to do. Scared what Haaland's going to do. I own Haaland actually, but I just think it's not going to be a good one for Southampton. I'm going 6-0.
I'll probably say 4-0 Man City. I think Haaland gets a hat trick, and then Foden gets the first 4th goal in that game.
Yeah, I'm so jealous of Foden owners. Like if you own Foden, I think he could do something in this game, and yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll react to that game on Sunday. But yeah, Newcastle, Brentford. What are you going for that, Jordan? Because I think it might be a close game. I think I'm going to go 2-1 Newcastle.
Yeah, I think it will be possibly 1-1 Newcastle and Brentford. I think a draw.
Oh, draw.
Yeah.
Interesting, because you own Raya. You played Raya.
Yeah.
You played Trippier, so so it's interesting. But yeah, I think that could be a low scoring game, but we'll see. Brighton Spurs, the final game for today evening, 5:30 kickoff. I'll go with a 1-1 Brighton Spurs. I think it'll be a draw.
I'm probably going to say 2-1 Brighton.
2-1 Brighton.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. You say predicting a Spurs loss, yeah?
Yeah, I think Spurs are going to let that slip, that one.
Fair enough. So those are the Saturday fixtures out the way. Let's move on to Sunday quickly and predict our scores for that one. 2 o'clock kickoff, Palace, Leeds. I've got, Gurhi probably will play in that one for me if Mitrovic doesn't start. So Gurhi will probably come in. I don't know if Palace will keep a clean sheet. I'm going to go 1-1.
I'll probably say 2-1 Crystal Palace. I think they'll win the game, but they'll concede 1 goal.
Fair enough. But yeah, I'll go with a score draw. West Ham as well next against Fulham on Sunday. West Ham, I've not got any players from West Ham, I don't think. So Bowen looks like a good player in that one. Obviously, we'll be waiting to see if Mitrovic does play in that one as well. What are you thinking, Jordan, for West Ham and Fulham?
I think West Ham could win 2-0. I think I don't think Fulham will score without Mitrovic.
Okay. So you think comfy Bowen potentially getting on the score sheet?
Yeah, I think Bowen can get on the score sheet, and maybe Skamaka if he does play as well.
Yeah, it should be fine. Skamaka playing in this one. I'm gonna go with 2-1. I think Fulham will score. It'll probably be Deckled over Reed or someone like that. But I think Fulham will get a goal. And then the big one, probably the game of the weekend, Arsenal at home to Liverpool. Arsenal on fire right now. Liverpool struggling. Big game for both teams for differing reasons. Definitely going to watch that one. I think it's going to be a great game. But what are you going for this one? I'm interested to hear your opinion on this because we ain't really spoke about this one. Arsenal,
Okay.
Liverpool. What do you think?
So my score prediction for this game is 3-2 Arsenal.
Damn. Free. So you think a lot of goals in this one?
Yeah, especially if Arsenal score the first goals as well, because whenever players score from against Liverpool, there's always that
Yeah.
case where Liverpool always score back from them to try and
Yeah,
get
I hear
something
that.
out of it. So I do think 3-2 Arsenal.
3-2 Arsenal. That's going to be mad if that does happen. Liverpool have to surely do something in that one because it's not been good enough this season so far. Then again, in FPL wise, if Salah does score and Liverpool lose, for FPL reasons, it should be good for me still. I just need Salah to get a goal, or both of us do as Salah owners. But
Yeah,
it's a tough game for Liverpool. They haven't played great, and Arsenal are on fire at home as well, Emirates, and they look like a different beast so far this season. So yeah, we'll see, guys. Arsenal, Liverpool. I'm not confident as a Liverpool fan going into this one, but I'm still going to predict Liverpool win. And this might come back to haunt me. I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool. But you know what? We'll be here on Sunday to talk about what does happen. But I'm predicting Liverpool win somehow. Moving on, Everton, Man United, your team, Jordan.
yep,
They do play 7 o'clock. Strange time for a kickoff on a Sunday. Usually you don't get a late kickoff like that on a Sunday, but we'll be back at 9 p.m. for a knee-jerk reaction stream on Sunday. So do join us on that one. Straight after the Everton Man United game, we're going to go live. So it should be a good one. But what are your thoughts for Everton United? Because I think it could be a bit difficult for United in this one.
yeah, it's going to be very tough for Man United, especially the way they've been last games in their other leagues. But the score prediction for this game, I still have hope that Man United can still win this game. So I'm going 2-1 Man United.
2-1 United.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Obviously, Man United did win on the Thursday. They had a Europa League game against Ammonia, I think. I don't know how you say the name.
I think it is.
They struggled a bit, but they did get the job done in the end. I think this one could be a draw. I'm going 1-1 Everton to hold Man United at home. I think it'll be a draw. So yeah, that's where I'm going. I think Gordon could get a goal as well. And then moving on to the final fixture of this game week, it is a Monday night football against Nottingham against Aston Villa. 8 o'clock kickoff. Nico's gonna play if anyone's got Nico. And then Watkins and stuff. If you've got Aston Villa players still, what are your thoughts for this one, Jordan?
This one was a bit of a weird, interesting one because both teams don't look 100%. But my score prediction for this game, I think Aston Villa can win, and I think the score will be 2-1 Aston Villa.
2-1 Aston Villa. Okay, fair enough. That should be, good for owners if Watkins and stuff do score. But I think it will be a I don't know what. Yeah, I'll go 2-1. I think Aston Villa will get the job done. But I don't think it will be comfortable for them. I just think it'll be a boring game, really. But who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a high-scoring game. But I think it could be a boring one on a Monday Night Football. It's not the greatest Monday Night Football.
No.
Surely Arsenal Liverpool is more of a game you put on a Monday night. It would have been a bit better in my opinion. But what do I know? But yeah, thoughts on triple captain Haaland from Ross Ford. Interesting. Obviously, I did say if you are going to captain Haaland, triple captain Haaland in a single game week, these are probably the type of fixes you want to target. But for me, I'm still going to wait for a double game week before I do use my triple captain chip. Sorry, Bora TV, welcome to the channel. Hello, I took a -8, selling Perisic, Diaz, and Martinelli for Trossard, Zaha, James. What do you think about this move? It's part of my plan to navigate Game Week 12 and forward. I don't know if I would have took a -8 if I'm honest. Personally,
No, I wouldn't have taken it for Trossard, even though Brighton have been good and he's come off of a hat trick. I still think at least a -4 would have been nice for Zaha and James, but I wouldn't go as far as a -8 to bring Trossard in and getting rid of Martinelli as well.
Yeah, but yeah, personally, I wouldn't take the -8, but yeah, I think you could have kept Martinelli probably for another week. But yeah, someone said, sorry, Jake AFC looking very smart, Jordan.
Oh, thank you, Jake.
And David says, Jordan says 2-1 to Man United again, so it should be 6-3 to Everton. Yeah, hopefully.
Exactly the mindset.
Yeah. And that is it from us today, guys. We are going to wrap the video up. We've been going for just over an hour. There are some games at 3 o'clock today. No early kickoff, obviously. So we did get a later deadline stream today. But we will be back again on Sunday at 9 p.m. UK time. So do join us on Sunday as we react to all the craziness for the game week so far. We're going to react to Liverpool and Arsenal, which should be a great one, and United and Everton as well. And of course, whatever Haaland decides to do this game week. So do join us Sunday, 9 p.m. UK time. Set your notification bell. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the stream, all that good stuff. And we will be back again. But we are going to wrap it up now. Let's take this off. But yeah, just want to say thanks to everyone that did watch the stream. Thank you for everyone that did comment. Thanks to all the new subscribers. And yeah, thank you for everyone that did like and comment and everything. And we really appreciate your support. And as always, I can't thank you guys more than I already do. But yeah, that's it from us. We're going to go enjoy the football now. But anything else you'd like to add before we do end the stream, Jordan?
Just thank you for everyone for watching the stream throughout, and all the best of luck this weekend with your teams. Hope you all get green arrows and enjoy the football for the weekend. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yep, guys, take it easy. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you guys Sunday, 9 p.m. UK time. Take care and have a good one. Peace.
Yeah, take care, guys. See you Sunday.